Hello again, traders. Right, I got back from a walk and I meant to make a video and I made the completely wrong video. Believe it or not, that's how old age affects you. So whilst the previous video was about 3 candle reversals and the trades this morning, because I think it was because someone asked me a question about a 3CR and it was on my mind. But the real video I wanted to talk about was this, the dashboards I use. Look, I've got my chart set up like this now, and it is so straightforward. I've got, to remind myself where the H4 dashboard is, a multi-chart dashboard, and then the daily, as you can see there, and then the weekly, and then these are just my charting time frames, and this is all charts, and this is the one that I used for the previous video about the gold 3 candle reversals. So yeah, about these dashboards and this one as well. So I've got them all set out. That's how I like my chart set up. You can save it as a profile if you like, and various profiles. So using MT4, look that up on using profiles on MetaTrader. You'll probably find something there. I think I've made a video about it, but we've got over 800 up there now. So never forget, use the search facility on my Twitter feed, Best Forex Method, and also here on my YouTube channel to find stuff you want. An interesting thing you may or may not know about YouTube is that where they use the actual subtitles. So if I'd said green monkeys and you searched for green monkeys, because they've got the text of all these videos in there, if you search for green monkeys on my channel, you may well come across this video. So it's quite clever, that. Anyway, RSI dashboard, what have we got here? This is the one that's important to me, and there's a lot going on. I can see that just by looking at that. So look, we can see EJ is flying. The higher the number in this channel, the more momentum, obviously. Forget all this stuff about overbought and oversold. We use it for just multi-time frame analysis, and pound Swissy is flying at the moment. Let's have a look and see exactly what's happening there. Pound, I should organise these better, but I set them up for a particular reason and I've forgotten why I did it now. So, but and I think all these dashboards are slowing things down. Yeah, pound Swiss is absolutely going bonkers. And we've finally got a test. It looks like it's a breakout, but I never jump in on trades just because of the dashboard. I always time my trades. We're coming up to 10 o'clock, so I'll just finish with this one quickly. So we've got the RSI, we've got the Bollinger Bands, which I also like but don't use much. We've got this one I use an awful lot, and in fact pound Swiss on that should look really exciting. Pound Swiss, yeah, a turquoise buy zone means we've actually just come into or just starting to move out of. So this one's really strong as well. GJ, let's have a look at GJ on there. Yeah, up in the 70s. Have a look at GJ. Pound yen on here, and it's probably correspondingly strong. But notice this also, we've just had a push up above the 20. We haven't had the pullback, so that's effectively a bust, pullback, and then a break and close, and that would be where I'd want to be thinking about trading this. But it's all wrong time of day. But the beauty about all these dashboards now is, I'll just finish that one again. So we've got the Bollingers I like, we've got this, which is my go-to indicator, and then this is such a powerful bit of kit. I haven't even begun to get my head around that, and the only reason it's currently on my charts is because I can flick through the charts. It opens a new window if I'm in any sort of hurry, but the more I do, the less in a hurry I am, because I'm so planned now. I base my trading primarily around 4-hour candles, and that's part of the reason for this video, because I wanted to talk about we can preempt trades, because quite often what happens is you'll have a 4-hour candle like that, and it won't. The best ones for reversals are where they close into supply and demand, so we'd have to look at the chart to see what was happening here, and with little or no wick. But if half an hour before the H4 close you've got a big old H4 with no wick on there and it's at supply and demand, you can then use the lower time frames to preempt this wick. So it's another, and the 3CRs and the RSI, say on a 1 minute or 5 minute chart, because quite often what happens is they will pull back before the close of the hour, the H4 chart as well, and the move will have been over. So that's part of the reason for this video also. I'm noticing that I'm missing some beautiful trades in or around the close of the H4 charts purely because the move has happened, and that's the difference. That's what you see. You know, I mean, we can see a wick there, but we can see a wick there. That shows that gold has pushed up and would have looked pushed down in this instance. That's the open. That's the the close of this candle, or likely to close. But you understand what I'm saying. That could have been a big green candle like that with next to no wick, and the pullback has happened already. So, you know, just looking at that as a candlestick sort of what's the word? Oh, expert's the wrong word, but as a candlestick maniac, I'm mad on them. I can see that this is probably the pullback's over, and then all you have to do is look on the lower time frames, M15, M5, and potentially get back in. And you know, you could use the phrase wick fill and so on and so forth. It's not something I tend to use that often. Wicks don't lie uses that phrase, and I wouldn't want to confuse the two phrases across two different sort of strategies. But yeah, so these dashboards are fantastic. And the other point I wanted to make is that the opportunities are absolutely endless. I want to apply this to stocks, and then I want to find a time to trade. And the other sort of inspiration for this video was that, you know, if you're a beginner trader and you're coming across this, I personally think this is probably the most structured way to be trading. And you know, the worst thing for beginner traders, in my opinion, and I was one, remember, is we keep jumping from one plan to another and not really understanding it, or as I mentioned yesterday on Twitter, even worse, just relying on people's levels and trade calls when you should really be devising a plan. Because to me, jumping in on someone that says, yeah, UJ, when it breaks, I don't know, 106.51, it's long, and then waiting all day for that, and then it gets there, and for some reason the time of day, it might coincide with the close of an H4 candle, a big one at that, it reverses. All sorts can go wrong with these people that call levels. And believe me, if you wait all day for a trade on UJ because someone's told you it's going to do that, or S&P 500, or a DAX DE40, or whatever, then, and that fails, then the anxiety it causes will create more problems and potentially more crappy trades, excuse my French. I know, because I've been there, done it, got the t-shirt, I promise you. Sitting in live rooms is the same. Waiting all day, and then the live room person says, yeah, this is the one we're going to go for now, and for whatever reason you think the sun shines out of his arse or something, and you enter the trade, and then it reverses, and he sits there and says, well, I didn't say get into it, no, just wait, and there you are, you've buggered up another trading account. So again, excuse my French. So building your own plan, understanding what you're waiting for. You know, this morning on gold, I came into the gold chart, as I explained in the previous video. I could see exactly what was going on. I'm planning for it to go up and down, so I don't care. I follow the charts. And you know, the feeling you get when the price does what you expect it to, up, down and sideways, is second to none. So that's that. We've got the H4 set of charts, we've got the daily set of charts, and you know, when this was way up here, a pullback was to be expected, and look what happened. Big old candle. I haven't drilled down into that one, but you know, big green candle. This is what we're trading, reversals. Big green candle there. Well, this one actually, by the looks of it, it gapped down, so that's not so much fun. But you know, you only have to look at these, and don't be put off and think, oh well, that didn't do what Darren said it would do, but it did. You know, it's pulled back. I mean, that pullback is probably, I don't know whether that works on these charts actually, but by the looks of it, that's a 22 pip pullback. So unless you watch these things, and this is why I'm getting into a habit of snapshotting them. You know, I should have snapshotted this in the middle of the night, although I wasn't really around at 10 o'clock last night when the market switched over. But get into a habit yourself, if you're, you know, in your chosen time of day, just to set this all up. It's not hard to do. I've talked about it before in a video, but there's the indicators there. You have to set up 3 rows. So this one will have this one will be the bottom one. So don't want to go into too much detail, but there you can see Euro, USD, Swissy, all separated by commas. That's me getting ready for my 10 o'clock 4-hour close, or 4-hour open, whichever way you want to look at it. So yeah, three rows like that. It depends on your screen size, how many you can fit onto, and your resolution, how many you can fit on per chart, of course. But this is what works for me. So yeah, daily charts and then weekly charts at the weekend or in the week, part of the week. You can, you know, once you get your head round what these are doing, look, that's a 3 candle reversal there, clear as mud. Well, clear as crystal clear, actually, the opposite. 3 candle reversal is forming on this one. It formed on that one. So when that weekly, well, this week, it pulled back, and that, I don't know whether this calibrated right on this, but I need to check that. But that's a 16 pip pullback, and you can apply the same thought processes to these as well. Before the end of the week, you can preempt that, because remember, that went up and then came back. That is a wick. Now you can preempt a big bar, breaking resistance, or going into some sort of supply up there to hit and pull back. That may well have just been, that could have been a whole Friday pullback there. So these things tell you an enormous amount. Here's one, a flat top. This BTC USD actually, isn't it? It's the week. Remember, the week doesn't end on that one until Sunday. So different kettle of fish there, a bit, as it were. But Monday morning, remember, is a new week, and it's the same as everything else. So if this closes with little or no wick up there into supply, then watch it for Monday. After Sunday, obviously Saturday and Sunday, we can trade this. I do all weekend. Well, I don't like BTC. I like that one. But yeah, you've got this in front of you. It's a live trading toolbox. There's a wick fill there. Look, that's what we were talking about on the other time frame. So a live trading toolkit that teaches you to actually understand what candles are telling you, and the information is absolutely priceless in my opinion. So I think I've covered everything I wanted to talk about. Yeah, the other thing was, I can't wait to get into stocks. And the other thing is also, I haven't even started looking at H1. I haven't got an H1 of these. I might well bring up an H1. Canadian Junior, I forget what his whole name is, CJ. He has talked about, I think it was CJ anyway, talked about looking at the 12-hour time frames, 8-hour time frames. Someone else mentioned, you know, we could just go on and on and on with these things, and you know, you don't need to cover all of them. You don't need to be a jack of all trades. Just find one that suits you, and I think that's the other important thing I wanted to mention in this particular video. Find one that works for you. All we need is one trade a day, whether that's on stocks if you're a stock specialist or an options trader or whatever. Have a look at how those H2s and H4s and H3s and so on and so forth. There might be, I mean, I know for a fact my hit rate for the 6 a.m. one now is incredible. You know, 99.9% or whatever you want to call it, for that one trade a day. The more you expose yourself to the market, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades a day, obviously your win rate will probably be affected adversely. But just finding that one simple strategy will change your life. So whether it's stocks, indices, cryptos, or anything, commodities, whatever, FX, it doesn't matter. All price action moves the same for much the same reasons, and these H4 changeovers are because they are the end of 4 hours of concerted trading, as it were, and I don't know whether it's the algos or the actual traders, but they move. Momentum comes into the market and you get these solid moves, especially prior to the Frankfurt and London Open. So you're nearing the end of the Asian session, so they've done all their dastardly deeds at the start of the Asian session, and then you get to wait for the London boys and the Frankfurt boys to come in and do their worst, as it were. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.